So, here, by the way, you see a grave, a child's grave. There are numerous children and adult graves here in the church. So it was a custom of the early Christian times to bury people inside the church in order to be under the protection of God. So we see how the tradition continues. We have the twin temples dedicated to the twin Castor and Pollux brothers, sons of Jupiter. Here we have the twin churches. Why twins? Most probably because they were dedicated to twin saints, to saints that were similar and close to each other. But we do not know to whom they were dedicated to. But most probably for this reason. These churches were built in the 6th century AD. And it's highly possible that for a while, during the beginning of the 6th century, when the churches were built, those churches here and the sanctuary, the ancient sanctuary, were at the same time in operation. Now we are going to proceed. We are going to see on the right the baptistry of the church and the main part of the church. The baptistry here with the font. The baptistry was an especially important place in the early Christian times because at that time there was an antagonism, a rival between the religions. There was not only Christianity by itself as an institutionalized official religion. There were also the ancient gods, the Olympic gods, the Oriental gods, the Egyptian gods, and the Christians needed to baptize as many people as possible. That's why it was very important. In the main part of the church, quite similar to the church of Alexandria, again a rectangular basilica with two colonnades, one here and three aisles. Only the scale is smaller, but the idea is the same. And here is the altar, divided by the rest of the church with this low closure made of marble slabs and columns. In Panagia, you remember, we have this icon screen made of wood. Those icon screens come in a later time, after the 17th century. In the Byzantine time, until the 15th century AD, we have those low closures made of marble. And this is the second church.
Αυτό που είχε θέμα, αυτό.
This was a so-called ambon, the place for the preaching. It was a high position, like a tribune, with two staircases on the right and on the left, made of marble. Again, the altar here, it was a closure, the three aisles. And before seeing the quarry, we will see a person from the antiquity in this church. It's Hercules. We have here an ancient inscription of Hercules with a club, of course not from the Byzantine times, earlier. Hercules was the protector, the patron of the quarry workers, and he was always depicted at the entrance of the quarry. So Hercules, the patron, and the quarry itself. What? Very exactly. So, the quarry, for 10 centuries in operation, 6th century before, 6th century after Christ. You see, natural basins are being formed in the as a result of the corrosion being formed in the quarry. In the walls you still see the traces of the tools of the workers. In order to break the rock, today they use dynamite, of course, and saws made of cobalt and diamond dust. In the antiquity, they used to use wooden wedges. They used to stick wooden wedges in the openings, pour water in it, so the dry water grew bigger, and they burst it, and they cut the rock, the marble. After that, the marble blocks were carried on wooden rafts, which were pulled between two ships. They didn't put them in the ships because they were too heavy. They pulled them on the wooden raft, and this way the Thessian marble traveled all over the ancient world. We have marble decoration in Italy, on the hill of Capitolium. There's a temple, holy as a whole, entirely built by Thessian marble. We have Thessian marble decoration in the famous church of Santa Sofia in Istanbul. It was a source of income and of wealth for Thassos since the antiquity, and it is still today. After the city of Alki was abandoned, the quarry was also abandoned, and new places for marble production have been found. Are there any questions? If any questions occur, I will be there in the coffee shop. Now begins your free time. It's very simple. You go the same way back and back to the coach we will meet at 12:30. Now you can have a coffee, walk around, have photos, spring in the water as you like. Thank you very much for your attention. Bitte? No, I just said it.